Hi, lovely to have you here. Welcome to the Electro Revolution channel. My name is Michael and I'm a car and tech enthusiast. I'm excited to bring you in these series of episodes our review of the Tesla Model Y Launch Edition in 2025. Now this was a limited time release available for order in January and February of 2025 with deliveries scheduled for May of 2025. I was fortunate enough to have a friend who purchased this vehicle and received it in May of 2025. He had it for a few weeks and then we were able to do the review. So he'll give his own personal gatherings and information and his experiences in this video also. So in the series of videos, we'll be covering the external, the internal, and the driving experience overall. In this particular episode, what we're going to cover, of course, is the external first. We're going to be looking at the specific Tesla Model Y badging. We're going to be looking at the front camera. We're going to be looking at the auto trunk opening feature. We're going to be looking inside the boot, where we'll be measuring the depth of the boot and the diameter of the boot. And we'll also be looking at the adaptive matrix headlights with the reflective tail light. And also we'll finish on the automatic rear seat folding, both down and up. So I really hope you enjoy this episode. This is the real world experience. And the person that owns this car is my friend Vich.
How are you going?
We'll first take a look at the external of the vehicle.
Yeah, so let's get right into it. I mean, I think you've seen heaps of these around already in terms of videos, in terms of pictures and stuff like that. But this is what it looks like in real life. I mean, we pretty much know that what it is now. So it looks pretty good. So we've actually got a buddy of mine at work has one of these as well, but the older model, and we compared it next to each other. I have to say, this looks a whole lot better. Just my opinion, but it does. And the rear, if you come to the rear, dramatic difference there. You've got the launch badge there, which of course later on you won't have. Oh, that beeping sound you hear is the automatic trunk opening. So if I stand here close enough, which you need to set up, it will open up the trunk.
Very nice.
There's a bit of rubbish in there. So that's real world, real life usage. We'll get into that a little bit more as we go along. And just having a complete look at the car.
What color is this?
This is a stealth grey, I think it's called.
Stealth grey.
Or stealth
okay.
something. I can't remember exactly the color, but we like this color. All my family
Yeah,
does
I know
anyway.
the launch edition came in 5 different colors and only the bright red was $2,600 extra. Everything else was included.
Everything else was included, and there's a blue color that actually came at the launch, which wasn't existing before.
Okay.
It's that ice blue, I think they call it. But we love this color, so it gets a little bit dirty. Like I said, it's been 3 weeks and I washed it once. It's got a little bit of dust and everything on it, but it's still a great looking car. So let's go through the list of what we were going to talk about.
Okay.
The first one, Mick.
So we're looking at the exterior. What we notice here is what we're talking about is what's different from the older version of the Model Y, which is 2024 and previous. What we see here is the front cam, right? Now, what I know about this, and correct me if I'm wrong, what I know about this is this is also used now for parking because the actual picture comes onto the 15.4 inch console display. Where previous model, it may have 12 cameras around and things like that, but not all of them were used for the display. So this front camera now is used for the display and it's assisted for parking.
So I don't know much about the technology behind it, but all I know is that Tesla mainly uses the camera to judge where everything is, which is great. I mean, it works so far. But yeah, the additional front camera definitely gives you a better view of what's happening in the front. Yeah. And there's a button, which I'll show you later on as well, that shows you all the view and so forth.
Okay, so the next thing is adaptive matrix headlights.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what is that about?
So I didn't know about this until you mentioned it. So inside there, I don't know if you can get a close look at that, but it's like a little matrix of LED pixel, I guess you'll call it.
Yeah,
so instead of just having one bright pixel, it's got multiple pixels. Yeah, so multiple pixels in there. I don't know if you can see it, even capture anything, but it's got tiny little pixel on there. So I've experienced this. So as you're driving, you'll see it, and I've set it to automatic. The headlight, the high beam comes on, and then when it sees other car, it switches off certain parts. So it'll leave the left-hand side fully bright, and then the right-hand side, it'll just start switching off certain section, I guess, if you want to call it that way.
Certain pixels.
Yeah, certain pixels, which then doesn't blind the other oncoming drivers. So I think that's a really great feature, especially when you're driving in a really, kind of dark area and there's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of cars parked on the side and stuff like that. This will expose all that on one side, but it's not going to blind the driver on the other side. So it's a really great feature. I love it.
Yeah, so I don't know of another vehicle manufacturer which actually has that. I mean, if you do, comment below. But what I understand, and even on the BYD Seal and the older Model 3, and when you look at Xpeng and different car manufacturers, they have the facility to auto turn on high beams and auto turn off high beams. But that's the extent of it. So they do recognize that when a high beam is on, it can blind the other driver momentarily, the one that's oncoming. But this, to me, is actually a new technology because it's adaptive. The actual high beams stay on, but they reduce the intensity that it doesn't actually blind the person. Yeah.
No, it's really good, actually. So let's, what are we on next?
Indirect reflective tail light.
Oh, that's at the back here. About? So again, we'll come to the back here, and I think I'll go and turn the car on. Everything, as you know, with Tesla, that you also got the key card that activates it as a key, but everything runs off your phone. So I'm just going to walk up here. The car automatically knows that I'm in here. I'll just pop it in here. Just to get it going, but you can see that the light comes on, and indirective, which means it's not blinding you directly, but it's beaming towards the Tesla logo there.
Okay.
So that's what it means, indirective. But that also brings us to the trunk as well. Maybe we'll cover that as well. So the phone, if you have it in your pocket, and if you set it up correctly, you can hear that beep. I think you saw this earlier in the video. It will automatically open, so especially when you got a lot of stuff. Now, in real world, I do find that you need to be quite close to it to get it working. I don't know if anybody else experienced that, but I've actually had to be quite close for it to, and be quite still, actually, to make sure it picks up. I'm just going to get rid of that rubbish over here.
So could I ask you about this trim? Does that come with it, or that was...
So because I love this car and I'm going to use it quite a long time, and I'm going to use it part of work as well, so I've bought some extra stuff that you can just get on on the web, on aftermarket stuff that protects all that padding and everything else. I've got this in my other car as well, and it works really well if you want to look after your car. And I do like this car, so I do want to look after it. But yeah, I bought that separately. That protects the back of the seat, and all that padding as well. But let's go through the storage of the trunk now. This comes with the what they call the boot cover or the trunk cover.
Yeah, and that's for both sun protection and privacy.
Yeah, so correct. So I took that off because I like to have it open, but oh boy, let me just put that properly. And it's magnetically attached, so you can feel it when the magnet is clipped on. I didn't do very much justice, but I haven't opened and closed this very much. But yeah, so that opens like that and just push up like that. And you can just leave it like that if you want to. But I often carry stuff and you push the seats down, so I actually popped it off. And it stores nice and neat in here.
Yeah, so it's my understanding we've got 854 litres of cargo with the seats folded up. And this is that area, 854 litres. And you've also got a smaller area here where you can store other things.
Now, can I just point out something here? I seen some other reviews that, oh, this hasn't closed properly because, this thing doesn't fit properly. Look, it's new and it's going to have a little bit of spring to it. So over time, it does close quite snug. I mean, and especially when you put something on top of it. I'm going to remove that so you can see the actual boot space a little bit more. Shopping bag. Now, I actually opt for the Tesla sleeping mattress, which is a great thing to have. I've already tested out, and
Camping,
it's great. Yeah, camping, or just sleeping in the backyard when you're in trouble. Anyway, I like to carry my tools around, so I do put that in there, and that's just a simple.
Quite a lot of.
So let me take that out so you can actually see what the space is like.
That is quite a lot. I'm actually quite surprised with that.
It's quite deep.
Yeah,
it's quite deep. It's quite usable. So, and look at that. It fits that quite easily.
Yeah,
and then the mattress.
Normally, other cars would come with spare tires and stuff, and I know with EVs I've seen, I don't know of any actual spare tires in the back. They give you tire repair kits and things like that, but no actual spare tire. So it's a good use of that space.
Yeah. And you know, I only use that basically. And of course, you've got your side pockets as well. You want to bring the camera in closer. It's a bit messy here, but it is so deep here on both sides.
Yeah.
That you can utilize that for other stuff as well. Now, I'm in the process of getting a cup for that, which is also you can grab.
It's actually quite roomy. When I compare this with the BYD Seal, they essentially close this off and they give you a little elastic strap here.
Oh, there you go.
Just to put but it's definitely not this deep.
Yeah, no, it's really deep. I mean, if you look at that, look, my arms, it's almost going to my shoulder, and that's how deep it is. Like,
very good.
That's how deep it is.
Yeah.
So it's quite deep.
All right. Can we see the front?
Yes, but I want to show you something else here. Sure. So if you really want to carry long stuff, automatic, which is a new feature, we'll go a little bit more from the front, but straight down. I'll do the same to the other one.
That is very nice.
Look at that.
Yeah, and that talks about 2,138 litres in trunk total. Now, the split is a 40-20-40 split.
Yeah.
That's how will get you the 100% of diameter. So, and that's common with the Teslas.
So I put something, so I want to see how long I put stuff here. 1.9 meters, 1.9 meters, it'll fit from there to there. And so that's how long the
and we can't measure it because I saw here a measuring.
Very good. So let's go through that. We'll just measure up to the screen because we probably don't want to touch the screen, but look at that. So it's actually 2 meters.
2 meters.
You can get about 2 meters, and that seat can move forward, so that's good. But as a driver, comfortably 1.9 meters. The width-wise, actually, this is really good because people wonder how wide it is. 900 comfortably, 920, maybe you can push it to about 930 mil, or just under a meter, I guess.
But certainly a lot of luggage space if you're going on a long trip.
Yeah.
And how do you pop them up? A separate
button. Nope, same button.
Okay, same button.
Push once to go down, push once to go up. And again, that's pretty common. They just close by itself.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. I know I certainly like the car, and it's a good introduction to this episode 1. If you did like the video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share this content with someone who'd be interested, or just leave a comment. And if you want to leave something directly to Vich, a question to Vich, I'll make sure I get him to answer. So, episode 2 is coming. I hope to see you there. Until then, bye for now.